That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Welcome back to PMP Thursday morning edition, 11 a.m. style. I want to thank everybody for stopping by and giving us another very successful night flight. Last night, we all had a great time. Great to see Stevie B, Don Peralta, Miguel, and Rags. And Patty from Napa, don't be stressed out, dear. Don't be stressed. We're here to have a good time. And we're going to loosen up those tensions in just a moment or two. John Joseph, what's happening? But Patty's over here saying I'm extremely stressed out today. Well, you came to the right place. We're going to freaking turn that frown upside down. Everyone's going to have a laugh before they part ways today. And by the way, Sweet Mad Hatter, what's up with you, man? I was thinking, Tony, maybe we should have Don Peralta get to work on a concept I was just kicking around in my head during the intro. So Sweet Mad Hatter, he's our buddy up north. He's got the leg bong going. A leg bong. Yes, you heard me. The leg bong. Yep. And I started thinking about great Mad Hatters over the span of my life. And I I default immediately to Tom Petty in Don't Come Around Here No More when they're doing the whole Alice in Wonderland thing, because he's got the top hat on. He's like doing the Mad Hatter. So anyway, Dom, get to work. I want to see Sweet Mad Hatter's face on Tom Petty's body from the Don't Come Around Here No More video. Just a little quick assignment I want to drop in your lap. Anyway, Creative Tony coming at us live from a very special location. T, I'm going to give you the mic. I see your background info. I kind of have an idea where you are, but I'll let you do the big reveal. How you doing, Big T?
Drop. I'm good, dude. By the way, Paulie, I'm going to need Principal Paulie here in a second because there's a couple of big doings today. A special birthday and a commemoration and the anniversary of a special somebody's passing. Okay. And also, it's also Juneteenth as well. So we're going to have Principal Paulie take over in a second. But I am inside the Longbridge Pizza offices. I mean, I feel like I'm in the meeting.
We'll call it HQ, headquarters. You know what I mean? Yeah. LPHQ, like an undisclosed location. It's like an underground bunker. If there actually is a nuclear assault at some point, Creative Tony's going to be fine. He'll be flipping pies in the Longbridge Pizza bunker, which is bomb-proof. So, Tony, go ahead.
This is Neil's office, by the way, and I feel like whenever the new pizza creations come, they happen in this office. Like I can feel the creative energy inside this office. When they came up with the Vibin' Out burger, I feel like it was created here, or the Smack Stack, or all that stuff. So I'm in the office, and dude, my entire San Carlos Little League team is downstairs, just getting started at Longbridge Pizza. They're diving into some pizzas and some sodas and stuff, and then we're gonna go over to the yard and hopefully the Giants can get off the schneid, get Logan. Well, they got the right guy on the bump, but here's the question, Paulie. Can they score some freaking runs? Dude, they're 1 for 19 in their last 2 games with runners in scoring position. Shout
out Motley Crue. It's the same old situation, Tony. By the way, not a bad track. I'll defend it. You know what I mean?
Old song and dance.
I got a Filipino girlie, she says is a friend. That whole bit, dude. By the way, that's one of those rare songs. You got to appreciate the subject matter, because that is a song about when the girl leaves the guy for another girl. Okay, yeah. That's Vince Neil's looking at things through a whole different perspective in that one. He's going, yeah, my girl left me for another girl. Anyway, look into it. That's Motley Crue. That's how I like to roll. All right, Creative Tony, let's do this. We are on a very tight, strict clock today because we got to get Tony downstairs for lunch and then to the game. So we're gonna wrap at noon sharp today. High noon, bang, we're out. Tomorrow we'll be back at high noon, but we're gonna do it tight. We're gonna do it like U.S. Marine style today, man. Tight and quick and in an orderly fashion. So, Tony, pardon me. Let's start by giving and by the way, shout out Fist in the Air for Longbridge. I'm so happy you're down there. Have a great time today. Give your daughter Olivia a big hug, and I hope she has a great time today. Tell her to get going on that bracelet for Uncle Paulie too. I'm ready. I got a bare arm right here, just waiting to put bracelets on it. So
yes, shout out my daughter Olivia, because she's taking one for the team today with a bunch of knucklehead 11-year-old boys, and it's my daughter.
Is there any interest in boys yet? Is she starting to look at boys? Has that flared up a little?
It started, and it's like, who knows? And I'm just like, these ages are so funky. If you remember, Paulie, these are funky ages where they're really trying to find themselves in their own skin, and it's just funny to watch being in the audience, basically watching these kids grow up.
I do feel a little bit sorry for any guy that happens to knock on Olivia's door going forward, because not only does she have to go through an incredibly tight layer of security with Creative Tony, she's going to have me coming off the top rope. I mean, these dudes are going to have to get past me as well. I'm not just going to let any friggin' straggler come walking in off the street when it comes to Olivia, dude. There's going to be a series of questions. I might take like a blood test. You know what I mean? Like, what I want to see what you got in your system before you talk to my girl. Give me a blood sample right now, stuff like that. Maybe a urine test. I don't know. But we're going to put these kids through the freaking ringer if they think they're dating your kid. I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm going to be on in the whole process. I'm going to be involved. All right, Tony, you know who stands on in the process? My guy, Dr. Matt Young. He's been serving it up down there in Union Square for 25 years, man. That's when we talk about like being experienced at your job and having some miles on your car, like these are good things. And when you're going into any dental office, you want a guy with experience. I don't want a kid who just stumbled out of med school, out of dental school, and be like, hey, open your mouth. I'm ready to go. No. Give me Dr. Matt Young with his 25 years of experience. Give me Dr. Matt Young right down there on Post Street, 490 Post Street, right off Union Square. Truth be told, I've said this before. I'm going to go down this road again. Dr. Matt Young is actually a friend of mine. He's a friend of Tony's. We've known this guy a very, very long time. I've been a patient of his for a decade plus. Why? Because he's the freaking best at what he does. And I got to tell you, cosmetically speaking, my teeth have looked so much better. Look at this. Do you have white there? You know,
dude.
That's all Dr. Matt Young's work. He scraped all the gunk off. He stuck all the tubes in there. I had the headphones on. I was listening to Timmy Lincecum pitch at Shea Stadium. True story. Didn't even know what he was doing. And that's my preference. I'm like, hey, Dr. Matt Young, I don't even want to know what you're doing. Just wake me up when it's over. Wake me up before you go kind of thing. But he can accommodate that though. That's what I'm saying. If you are uptight like I am, admittedly, and there's some big procedure going on, you can be like, you know what, man, we might need to bring the gas in on this one, if that's okay. And he will. They'll give you the gas. They'll do whatever you have to do to get you nice and relaxed. They offer comprehensive dental care, cleanings, orthodontics, emergency care, fillings, implants, veneers. Tony, what else can I – of course, he does specialize in implant surgery and implant restorations. Tony, I'll let you take it from here on Dr. Matt Young. But again, cannot vouch for the guy enough. I would not steer you guys wrong, really, with any of our sponsors. But when it comes to something as serious as dental care, don't ignore it. At a certain point, it will come back to bite you. So stay on top of it and reach out to Dr. Matt Young. Make an appointment, 415-392-8611. Tony, thank you.
Well, it's funny, man. I have the conversation with my kids every night. Did you brush? Did you brush your teeth? Did you brush? And I try to explain to them, hey, literally, after you lose your baby teeth, these are the only teeth you've got for the rest of your life. So
good call.
Right? You need to take care of these puppies. And this right here is my coffee mug. I drink at least 1, if not 2 cups of dark roast coffee every day. And do you see the yellow in the flag behind me? That's basically, that's basically the color of my teeth.
Yeah.
If you feel good about your teeth, you can, if you're flossing, if you're brushing regularly, but you still want to get a good cleaning, go to see Dr. Young for a cleaning too. Polly listed all the services that they do at the Young Dental Group. You also can go for a nice cleaning and have a great time too. And don't forget Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. because I still want to enjoy my coffee. I still want to enjoy my red wine, but I also want to go and have a nice, white, bright smile. My daughter reminds me all the time that, Dad, your teeth are yellow. And that's
yeah.
So it's but I love the Saturdays too, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So again, 415-392-8611, 415-392-8611, or email them at info@youngdentalsf.com. Paulie, we've got NBA Finals Game 6 tonight. And I want to know, before we dive into Giants ball, because Giants are 105 today, Logan Webb on the bump. We talked about that a second ago. But I just want to know, Paulie, how do you feel about Game 6 tonight? Like, I obviously must win for Indiana. Halliburton, the fact that there's a rumor that he may not go is ridiculous.
I know.
Thoughts on that right out of the gates, P.
At this point, I mean, I'd tell you the honest to God truth. I don't know the severity of his calf injury. I mean, I really don't, but I would say this. It is Game 6. Your season could end tonight, kid. So if I'm Tyrese Halliburton, with all the scrutiny and with all the, he's under the microscope right now. Everyone's looking to him to kind of rise up to this moment. And if he can go, he's got to be out there, even if he's just like, at 30% of his normal 100%. I don't care. Get on the floor. I would talk to the trainer, and I'm not trying to, minimize anybody's pain level or anything like that, but I would say, like, dude, break out the big needle, shoot it in my calf, just get me through this. I'm serious. And he ain't the only guy. Like, this is what pro athletes have to do this sometimes, man. You got to compete with the season on the line like this. So I would take the needle. I would get on the floor, give you as many minutes as I can. And just having him out there might be enough of a lift. Now, the game itself. So we'll see about Halliburton. You're right. That's a huge storyline. Whether or not he goes, we're going to have to wait till game time. Something tells me that he will find his way on the floor, even if it's in a very kind of minimal role. I think he'll be out there. And then number two, Tony, I feel like Indiana's going to win this game tonight with or without Halliburton.
Ooh,
yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Holy Mac.
Way spicy. Dude, that's speaking of.
Wow.
Hold on. Wait. See, we get a 10-card pile up here. Hold on.
Spicy take, man.
I'm in the middle. See, I'm trying to drop spicy takes, but I also want to remind everybody. Let me get to your principal voice. You asked for it. You're going to get it right now.
Paulie, it's not working. It's not working for some reason again. Yeah.
Did you hear the air horn?
No.
God damn. Gosh darn it. What the hell? Why do you think? What's going on, man?
Dude, I love this self-editing. I don't know. It's something on your soundboard, man, but it's all good.
Well, let me try this right now, real quick. One more time. You're telling me you're not getting this?
Nope.
Gosh, well, how come I'm getting it? I'm getting in my headphone. I'm air horning myself. All right, forget about the sound effects. Let me just say this. I think Siakam's going to have a big game regardless of whether or not Halliburton's on the floor. And I still believe this. I don't think OKC is ready to close out an NBA Finals on the road. I just don't. Like, as great as they are defensively and as many offensive threats as they have, they're going to do their thing tonight, but I don't think that they're at that place where they have enough under their belt where they can go on the road and close in a hostile Indiana in a game 6. So I think this thing gets extended one way or the other. I think the Pacers win tonight. How you viewing this thing, Tony?
First of all, songs about being on the road or road in the title. I got to go right out of the gates. Actually, a lesser known band and a lesser known song, but String Cheese Incident. And I'm inspired by the posters behind me in Neil's office. String Cheese Incident, band out of Colorado. They have a great song called On the Road, and it talks about starting as an early band, like in the van, and then they've graduated to now a bus on the road because they've done well for themselves. So On the Road, I know you have at least one up your sleeve, if not more, dude.
I'll do this for Patty from Napa because she's so stressed out today. Look at her going. I'm not going Bon Jovi, Patty. That one, you can take that one. I'm going to give you, though, your Eagles. What is it? Seven Bridges Road. Isn't that what it's called?
Nice.
With the acapella thing. It's a beautiful song, actually. Great vocals on that one. Coming Home by Cinderella. Thank you, Rex. I'll double down. I'll leapfrog right over that one and give you Kiss Coming Home. Check it out. It's on the Hotter Than Hell album, Tony. Surely you have it. Go ahead.
And also, doesn't Ozzy have a solo Ozzy Road to Nowhere?
Mama, I'm coming home.
Yeah.
By the way, dude, we're about 2 weeks away from the final Ozzy show. Pat from Napa, yes, and Wilson from Hart. Absolutely. You know what, man? My appreciation for the Wilson sisters has skyrocketed over the years. They are both amazing. Great guitar player, great vocalist, great band. They play Led Zeppelin as well as anybody, by the way. Check out their version of rock and roll. It's killer. Thank you, Pat.
Yes, Patty, thank you for the super. And on that note, Patty brings up Ann Wilson's 75th birthday. We'd also got be remiss if we didn't wish Dwayne Kuiper a very happy birthday today too, because it's
Kuiper, happy birthday, my brother. Happy birthday, Dwayne. I'm a big Dwayne Kuiper fan. I always will be, dude. He's like my very famous, world-renowned top 10 coolest guys of all time list. Tony, surely you've seen it. It's been immortalized in the Guggenheim and in the modern art museums of New York City. But I got to say that Dwayne Kuiper will always have a spot on my top 10 coolest guys of all time list. Home Sweet Home from Rags. You touched the nerve, Tony, with these songs about home, because now they're coming in fast and furious. And Road to Nowhere, Talking Heads. Yes, Stevie G's in the house. All right, Tony, I want your take on the NBA Finals, though. I see an Indiana win coming tonight. This thing's going 7. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'd like to do, Paulie, is I'd also like to get into a Tony's top 3 because it involves the game tonight. So without further ado, Paulie, I'm going to just take over the show.
And we're going to go right into the top 3. Look at you hijacking this. Okay. Yep. All right. Yep. All right.
Tony's top 3.
That is so.
Tony's top
3. I'll tell you why in a second. Go ahead.
Tony's top
3. This is the problem. Feed the damn ducks. Here's the problem, dude, is that I got like Roadcaster soundboard envy. You know what I mean? Like I've had I really do. I got big envy going on here. Shout out Tommy Lee. Once again, shout out me and Tommy Lee in the showers together. I got Roadcaster envy. Here's the problem. I got my gear set up. I'm triggering sound that I'm hearing in my headphones. You're not getting it. The audience isn't getting it. It's extremely frustrating. And by the way, Tony, I've changed no setting whatsoever. Everything's exactly as I left it.
Well, hold on. Paulie, can you get this?
Shut the up, Chico, man.
Yeah, no, I need that though. Hit me with a lot of Chico today, dude. Chico is one of the only guys that can understand the place I'm in. Give me another Chico. Matter of fact.
Shut the up, Chico, man.
Yeah, Chico, man. And then, by the way, dude, if you could double down and give me some mashed potatoes. I need some mashed potatoes on the Thursday.
If this gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my in the mashed potato.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. That's all I can say about that cut. I get it. I really do. I get it. I know what he's saying. Don't know what he's talking about.
Well, and if we can create some vibes for today for 105, this is no disrespect to Bob Melvin, but
if you need a beer, grab a beer.
Yeah.
Get the Bochy vibes back in the mix because I just see the soundbite there. And because James Gandolfini passed away on this day, Paulie. Oh, I know that's not Gandolfini, but it's also Sopranos. And just, want to pay our respects to James Gandolfini.
Rest in peace, big fella. Rest in peace, big fella. I still miss him all the time. I still watch The Sopranos regularly. I'll pull one down off the on-demand menu just to get a hit, just to get a little piece of Silvio and Paulie, all the guys hanging out at the pork store. Some of my favorite scenes in The Sopranos is when they're like having lunch in the back of the pork store and Tony's sitting at the head of the table. The conversation's going on. They're outrageous. Yeah. But anyway, Tony, rest in peace, Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini. A proud graduate of Rutgers. Shout out Scarlet Knights Ball, Tony. Scarlet Knights Ball. All right, now your top
and
three.
Also, props to our show open where it says, "Don't pretend like I got a choice."
Don't pretend like I got a choice. Always breathing through his nostrils, super heavy. You know what I mean? He's always got the heavy breath coming. Yeah.
I think, how old was he when he passed? Like in his 50s, right?
Pretty young. Yeah, pretty young. Yeah.
Man, so everybody take care of your ticker. He had a heart attack. Everybody go in. I go for an annual screening. I get my carotid arteries ultrasounded. Go in and get it checked out. Get your pipes cleaned and checked out because that blockage can build up without you even knowing. So,
shout out to, and I'm not joking at all, but you got to keep your eyes and ears open for the silent killer, Tony. The silent killer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
100% correct. 100% correct.
And I ain't talking about Chuck Norris either, although I could be, but I'm not talking Chuck Norris. I'm talking about heart failure. Yeah.
Before we get dark, before we get into top three, I'm going to get dark for a second. Every night when I go to bed, I think about the part of the Metallica song was, when they do the nursery rhyme.
Now I lay me down to sleep. What are you talking, Sandman?
Yes.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I'm actually not a big fan of that with the kids saying the prayer in the middle of the tune. I don't need that.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word.
Never mind that voice you heard. Yeah.
Beast inside your head.
Yeah, now you're firing me up. All right, what do you got, T? What do you got? What do you do?
I was gonna say. Wow. Anyways, I won't go back.
Say it. For Christ's sake, say it.
No, I'm just gonna say that you never, because of the silent killer, you never know. You could be laying down in bed and be gone. So it's like you just, that's why we cherish every day and make the most of every day. And just
tell me the truth, Tony. Let me barge right in here and get to the crux of the matter here. The heart. I've been trying to get down to the heart of the matter. I'm going to get down to the heart of the matter right now. When was the last time I'm talking to you, Creative Tony. When was the last time you lay in bed and feared for your own death, passing in the night? Go ahead.
Every single night. I mean, seriously, every night.
Tony and I had a really funny conversation one night, a couple of months ago. We were driving around together. We both admitted to each other that we've actually pondered dying in our sleep. And I'm like, dude, I've done that too. I get uptight sometimes. I'm like, I might die tonight, by the way. I could just easily die in my sleep. And Tony's like, yeah, I do. I worry about that too. Anyway, the joys of getting older. You look forward to this if you're a young kid. Oh my God, it's so funny.
Totally, dude.
How was your night last night? Not that good. I was worried about dying in my sleep. But anyway, other than that, everything's great. Yeah.
And shout out Rags. He says, now I lay me down to sleep past the pepper grinder. Amen. Rags. I love you, Rags. I love you, buddy. Great job.
Past the octopus, too. All right, come on. Give me your top three, for Christ's sake. And I want your NBA Finals takes. I'm still waiting.
Well, that's part of top three. That's why I went to top three. Number one in top three. I saw this last night. The Giants are projected to where they are currently in the season. They are projected to win 93 games. Dodgers are projected to win 99 games. Do you think, first of all, that the Giants can get to 93 or surpass 93? Paulie, go.
You know what's so crazy? I'm going to answer that question as I look back on the 3 years that we won World Series with Bruce Bochy at the helm. Want a beer? Grab a beer. They never won 93 games, and they won. Dude, in 2014, the Giants won a World Series after winning 88 games in the regular season, 80 blank and 8. But they obviously knew how to play in the postseason on the big stage. Shout out Madison Bumgarner. Shout out Jake Peavy. Shout out Ryan Vogelsong, Tim Lincecum, Matt Cain. Those arms. I look back at those arms, at the rotation and the bullpen, dude, we had it so effing good for so long with that bullpen. I mean, it were loaded. I mean, it was an embarrassment of riches, no matter if it was Affel coming in, Sergio Romo, Brian Wilson, whoever, like everybody was holding it down back then. And that's after the starting rotation was as great as it was. So to answer your question, can the Giants win 93 games? I got to be honest with you right now, based on what I'm looking at, my gut says no, but that doesn't mean they can't win 89, 90 games. 93 seems a little gaudy to me. Yeah. I don't know. How about you, Tony? What do you think of that?
I got to agree with Hacksaw Montana in the chat. He says 93 is tough to do in the NL West. I couldn't agree more because of the NL West. It's going to be tough to do. But Paulie, you talked about it with the 88 win team. This pitching staff is pitching like that 88 win team where the numbers are low, man. The bullpen numbers are low. The starting ERAs are low for a good chunk. Like Logan Webb going today is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Robbie Ray, one of the best pitchers in baseball. I mean, if Verlander can just pick it up. Granted, he only gave up, what did he give up? 3 last night or 4? So it's not, I don't know. I just feel like the pitching can get them there, but we need timely hitting, dude. Timely. Now, I don't need astronomical like offensive stats. I need those clutch ABs like Yaz has been having lately.
Yeah.
Excuse me. As Yaz has been having lately, his clutch ABs, dude, like I said before, 1 for 19 with runners in scoring position in the last 2 games. That is not a recipe for success, man. Because you're getting, think about it. The Giants have given up 7 runs in the last 2 games. And they've lost both. Like they combined 7 runs and they've lost both games. Average of 3.5 runs a game. You should be winning those ball games. They need more clutch hitting. So 93, if I had to guess, if I was a betting man, Paulie, and I'm not.
No, of course not. Never have been, but go ahead. Yeah. No. I can say that honestly. You, on the other hand, I don't know. But anyway, dude, say what you got to say. Yeah.
I like a good gamble every now and again.
I know you do. You've been known. I know you like a good gamble. I've observed it over the years. Yeah.
Get me on a blackjack table and let's go. And you know what I love about blackjack, real quick, Bobby?
I don't. Well, tell me.
But it's a team sport. It's a team game. Everybody wants to beat the dealer. And there are some people that don't get that when they come to the table and they're like, I want to ask them, like, hey, what do you have? This is what I have. And like, well, whoa. I'm not showing you my cards. I'm like, dude, we're all trying to work together to beat the dealer. So anyway.
Well, Jerry Garcia taught me at an early age, dude, watch each card you play and play them slow. Don't you let that deal go down. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Robert Hunter. Okay, real quick, Tony, before we expand on your Giant stakes and their 93 wins, please let's give Corinne some love. She is a super, and I want to make sure we get her message up there. And I want to F the Dodgers. Yeah, I can embrace that. Can we get a voodoo doll, please? Yeah, Corinne, we can get a voodoo doll. Do you still have your New Orleans voodoo doll at home, Tony? The one we used to put pins in your studio back there?
That thing is tucked away, like far away from my bedroom, but I can unearth it, and we can maybe put a Dodger hat on it. Maybe Don Peralta, our art director, can maybe deck it out with some. Maybe you can put like an Ohtani jersey on the voodoo doll or something.
I know.
And
I'm telling you right now, Ohtani's got some bad karma coming his way for letting his buddy go to jail like this, dude, for 54 months. Again, that ain't no picnic, dude. 54 blanking months for this guy. And he's probably going to get a big check when he gets out of prison on the other side. But still, that's a long time to give up for a friend or not. Corinne, thank you. We love you. It's great to see you. And F the Dodgers, I second that. Also, Tony, I wanted to take just a quick second to relay a thought to one of our favorite guys out here. I see Escobar the Third is on the comment line today. And bro, I just wanted to say condolences, man. We talked about you a little bit last night. We I don't think you were present last night. I totally get it. I know you had your grandfather's service yesterday because I saw you post that picture online and in tribute to him. And I just wanted to say, man, my hat's off. What a handsome guy, too, with the mustache.
Yeah.
Really, really good-looking young dude when he was a young man. And I hope you're doing okay, Escobar. That's all. Just keep your chin up, man. It's going to be okay. And I'll see you Sunday, bro. I'll see you Sunday. So anyway, I wanted to just give Escobar III some love. I like that dude, and I know he's going through a tough time right now. Okay, Tony, back to your top three, unless you want to carry on with the Giants. Do you have any other points on the first one?
No, I think we both are settling that they're not going to hit 93. And if they hit 93, then that's a successful season, even if they don't. You know what I mean? If they go,
I'd be blown away. Oh, dude,
yeah.
Even though they've lost 4 straight, I'm still blown away that they are where they are. And if they can only get the bats to heat up, bro, it'd be like you said. This could be a really, really exciting second half. And hopefully the bats will heat up. They could still add another guy. There's nothing out there that says they can't pick up another piece along the way somewhere.
Yeah, I saw Bonte Hill talking yesterday about a second baseman for the Marlins that they might want to look into as well. I was looking to see if the Giants posted their lineup yet. I haven't seen it, but because last night, lineup is posted. Here we go. Yastrzemski's leading off, then Adames, then Devers, then Ramos, then Dominic Smith batting 5th, Casey Schmidt batting 6th, Jung-Hoo Lee batting 7th, Bailey 8th, Koss getting the start at second base, batting 9th. So that's
Schmidt at first base again. Is Schmidt at first base again today?
Schmidt's at 3rd, Dominic Smith's at 1st. But but this is the 3rd straight game with a different leadoff hitter because it was Jung-Hoo, and then last night it was Ramos, and today it's Yaz. It's very interesting.
Melvin's trying to find something. He's trying to find something.
Yeah.
What do you think as a player and you're sitting in the dugout and there's a new lineup card every day with different guys hitting in different spots? How do you feel about that as a player? Yeah, exactly. You want a little consistency, right? To kind of know where you're going to be.
I mean, I get what Melvin's trying to do. And with Adames, I get move him down the lineup, but I'm glad that Adames is back in the 2-hole. I just love Jung-Hoo leading off.
I think he should be the leadoff hitter. He's got all the attributes you want. He can hit. He's got speed. He's a very smart base runner. I would just install him as a leadoff guy, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's and he's batting 262 right now, I think it is. Yeah. And so it's ride the wave, right? You ride the wave of the season and little slumps.
Or in this case, Tony, considering what's upon us, maybe we say ride the lightning. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna ride anything again, it should be the freaking lightning, if I may. But yeah.
Oh, and Los D, we're gonna get to Flex Fund and give you some love in a second here. But also, Los D says in the chat, Xavier Edwards is the second baseman from the Marlins. Thank you, Los D. Yes. He is a good ball player, man, and he's been hitting the crap out of the ball the last 15, 20 games. So, anyways, there is that where they could add him. But moving on, Paulie, moving on to number 2 in the top 3, NBA Finals Game 6 tonight. I think we both feel that Indiana can get this to a Game 7. If it gets to Game 7, geez, who knows? But Halliburton needs to play. He just needs to play. The stories that he might not play, I don't know if that's some kind of mental game they're trying to play. Halliburton, just suit up and play. Dude, you have all off season to rest whatever you need to rest, whatever you need to heal. You need to just toughen up.
Like Sonny Corleone said in Godfather 1 when they wanted to go find Paulie. Where's Paulie? He goes, well, he's been sick for a few days. And then James Conn, his son, he goes, listen, I don't care if he's breathing, bring him to me. Okay, if he's breathing, bring him to me. That's kind of how I feel about Halliburton, bro. If you're breathing, get your trunks on, Tony. Get your tank in your trunks and get out there in a defensive posture. That's what I'm looking for out of you tonight. Yeah. Trunks. I'm dropping trunks. Yeah.
That's awesome. You're gonna go
get your basketball trunks on.
Dude, I love it. So I was gonna say, who do you think is the star of Game 6 tonight? Because there's somebody that I think I really want to see rise up and take over. But I want to hear your answer first.
Who I think the star of tonight's game will be? Yeah, I believe this pretty strongly, actually. I think Siakam's going to have a big night. Excuse me. I think Siakam, because especially if Halliburton's not there, but Siakam has shown us before that he can dominate games, and they might need him to do that tonight. So that's kind of the guy I'm going to point to, Tony. How about yourself?
I'm going to go for Nembhard. I want Nembhard to rise up and take grab of the stage, man. You're on center stage right now. Grab the mic and just take over the show. Dude, he only had 7 points in Game 5. He and Halliburton combined for 11 points in Game 5. That cannot happen. I mean, those guys need to improve and basically clutch up for Game 6. So I'm hoping Nemhard is the guy that can show up and rise up tonight.
Listen, you're leaving a lot of trails of breadcrumbs out for me today, and it's impossible for me not to pick them up and kind of deliver punchlines. So here we go. You said you want to see, if I'm not mistaken, your verb. And by the way, Carlos, we're coming to you in 2 seconds. Right after this, Tony, I want to go to Los D. But you said something like, I need the Pacers to take hold of the stage. This riff goes out especially to John Joseph. This one's for you, kid. Shout out. Ready, Tony? I don't think you are ready, because here it comes. Talk about standing up and taking hold of the stage. Shout out. This would be like a one and done. You're never going to hear me reference these guys again. Shout out Queensryche. Take hold of the flame. Okay. That's for you. Yeah. Take hold. That's for you, John Joseph. Take hold of the flame. Tony, do you know the track? Do you know Take Hold of the Flame? Dude, I'm just telling you what's going on, dude. Where the thirds down. He goes, I love them. See, I knew it, dude. Take hold of the flame, Tony.
This is not Take Hold of the Flame, but if I can give you a little, if I lay next to you in silent lucidity.
Did that upset you as a Pink Floyd purist? Because a lot of people thought that was a blatant Pink Floyd ripoff, that song.
I would never even put those two bands in the same sentence or thought ever again.
Time out. You mean you got a problem with Geoff Tate? Is that what you're telling me? You got a problem with Geoff Tate? Yeah, dude, that's a tough name for a lead singer. I got Steven Tyler, Robert Plant, Mick Jagger, and then here comes Jeff Tate. Okay, Jeff, or as I like to pronounce it, Geoff Tate. You got a problem with Tate, brother? Is that what you're telling me?
I'll respect the Queensryche. I'll respect the Queensryche nation, but there's just nothing. It's Pink Floyd, and come on, it's kind of like Oracle Park, and then any minor league ballpark you can think of. They're just two different leagues, in my opinion. So, real quick, number 3 before we get to Low Steam. Number 3.
Look at you. Okay.
This is a visual aid. I need to present a visual aid for number 3 because this is something that remember, number 3 doesn't ever have to do with sports. Right? Number 3 is a wild card. Paulie, watch this video. Students in the Philippines have to wear anti-cheating hats, and they have to create the hats themselves. So let's just look at the hats here. Look at this. Look at this guy's got a chainsaw. He made a chainsaw while they're taking tests. They're anti-cheating hat.
This would give me a bad trip. This is like a bad trip come to life right here. Dude, I look over, the guy's got a chainsaw coming out of his head. I'm running out of that classroom. Running. This is all very creepy. This is all very creepy to me.
And the kids have to make these hats themselves.
Look at that kid.
And they have, dude.
I'm not messing with that kid, man. The guy's got a saw coming out of his head.
And that is all just to basically prevent them from cheating on a test. So my question to you, Paulie, is when you were in school, did you ever get caught cheating? Did you ever try to cheat? Did you ever cheat and not get caught? Because I'm
going to give you one quick story. Rags is the only guy that can back me on this. And Rags, I don't know if you're going to remember this, but I want to say we were sophomores. And if you remember, I had an English teacher who was known to have a drink or two before class. I'm not kidding. It was kind of a mess. This guy's name was Mr. Hoke, H-O-K-E. Is that how you pronounce it, Rags? H-O-K-E, or spell it? Mr. Hoke. In any case, we had a test coming up, and one of our fellow students, shout out Bill Neely. Hey, Yem, are you out there? That was his nickname, Yem, for Will Yem. We called him Yem. So Yem somehow got his hands on a copy of the test. He had the freaking test before it happened. And dude, this kid, from what I remember, it was a multiple choice test, and he went into the classroom early in the morning. Tony, he wrote the answers on the ceiling. Okay, so he had A, B, C, B, A, C, C. He wrote all the multiple choice answers on the ceiling, and the whole class was cheating at the same time off the same answers on the ceiling. We're all doing this, Tony. We're taking the test. We're looking up, stretching, yawning. You know what I mean? Oh, what's that? BCD? Got it. Okay, yeah, BCD. So the whole class was cheating thanks to Bill Neely. So it was like a group-wide participatory cheat session we had as sophomores in English. Tony, that's my cheat story. How about you?
Dude, I unfortunately I did get caught cheating in senior year because remember Scantron? Remember Scantron? Like,
of course I
was,
do. Yeah.
well, the buddies and I thought it'd be fun if we just kind of like would just share answers with each other and kind of slide the Scantron sheet over for a little peek, little gander, and slide it back. Well, a shout out Father Tony Sauer, who was my teacher, who was the president of SI, passed away. He was my teacher back in the day. Great dude. But
You've mentioned him many times over the years. You've given
Oh.
Father Sauer a lot of love over the years. Yeah, I know you're fond of him.
Tremendous human being, and he got it. He said, "Okay, I see what's going on here, guys. I'm gonna. I see what's going on," because it was also senior year. So he's like, "I get it. You got senioritis. I get it. Okay." But
I had
basically,
senioritis as a freshman, dude. I had senioritis like immediately. I had senioritis. I was 14. I had senioritis.
Tell me about it. So he basically made us stand in front of the class and hold Bibles out like this, sideways.
Oh, yeah. That's not easy, by the way. Yeah.
No, and hold them there. I forget how long it was, but it got to the point where we were all sweating bullets. And so, yes, I got caught cheating. To be honest with you, it worked. It worked because I did not want that to happen again. So because he made us earn it, dude. So so I definitely got cheating, but I learned the hard way, man. And I then was like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. And I'm in, and then in college was different, a whole different scene. I didn't even consider doing it in college because I didn't want to deal with getting my baseball, like being able to play. I didn't want to get on probation,
Couple quick, I do know, Tony. Thank you for that. A couple quick comments. Ray Goodman, I had answers in microfont on a piece of paper inside the flip part of my watch. That's some James Brown shit, or James Bond shit, rather. Ray, I never took you for that kind of guy, but I'm impressed. Here comes our sponsor. Where did Los D go? Can you get Los D's message? There it is right there. I got caught cheating in science class with notes attached to a piece of paper taped to my wrist, wearing a long sleeve shirt. Science only class that messed me up. Fast time, please correct me up. No, dude, I had a tough time in science too. I was okay in English. I did fine in English, but in math, dude, I was lost in space, like a 7-year-old kid lost at Macy's. You know what I mean? Mom, where's my mommy? Like it was just a mess. Anyway, Tony, let's give Los D some love. His cheating days are behind him, luckily. And Los D has now gone on to bigger and better things. In fact, he is a financial wizard out there, and he can share his expertise, his wisdom, his knowledge, his guidance with you over at Flex Funding. Carlos has been in business a lot like Dr. Matt Young. He's been in business for 26 years. The other thing about Los D, I had a great conversation with Los D yesterday. Thanks for that combo, bro. That was great. And we'll definitely talk next week, Carlos and I. He is a San Francisco native, dude. He grew up in the Bay Area. He grew up in San Francisco, and he loves and cares about the same things that we all love and care about, too. And for those of you who have been watching this show and you're like, well, I know Carlos does HELOC loans, and I know he does like reverse mortgages and all that stuff, but I'm just a guy who needs some cash in my pocket or some cash in my hand. He can talk to you about loans as well. If you're just looking for a loan, Carlos can definitely talk to you and advise you. A couple great things about working with Carlos, aside from the fact that he's just a very good guy who does care about your financial well-being, and he'll do everything in his power to get you into a better financial reality. A couple things to consider. One, he's partnered with a new guy, with a new lender, they've been doing great work together. They've had great results together. Carlos has already helped out a variety of people from our very own PMP community, which is, I think, really awesome, because it's like one guy helping other guys, all part of the same thing. And that means a lot to me. We talk about him specializing in HELOC loans. That's a home equity line of credit with no appraisal fees, by the way, no escrow fees, no fees attached of any kind. And generally, he's very mindful of your time and of your schedule, because like Tony always says with Dr. Matt Young, that Saturday office hour is pretty damn meaningful, considering when you're a busy parent or we're all busy, man. So Carlos understands that, and his closings, Tony, usually occur within 8 days. So check out some of the positive reviews on Yelp and Google. People rave about Los D. I happen to be one of those guys. Tony, I want to let you get your licks in on Carlos as well, and then we'll move into the back end of the show because I am watching the clock tick, and we got to get you out at noon. Pardon me, so we can get you over to the Logan Webb start. But Carlos De La Fuente will not steer you wrong. Give him a call. Just have a conversation. That's all. He's a very easy guy to talk to. And now that we're in mid-June, I think, Tony, we're about 6 weeks away from organizing our first Lunch and Learn with Carlos session. We're going to do that in August. I've already got some dates, and I'll share those with you as we get closer, Tony. But go ahead, my brother.
I would like to make the comparison between Los D, Carlos De La Fuente, and Christian McCaffrey, the stud for the 49ers, because I feel like Christian McCaffrey is like a Swiss Army knife. The dude can block, he can run. He threw a touchdown pass. Right?
And on top of that, he can block, he can run. He can also go see the dead at the Sphere, apparently. Now that he's like an honor. And by the way, I am expecting a 49er contingent at Golden Gate Park. I'm expecting Bosa. I'm expecting McCaffrey. I'm expecting Kittle. All those like nouveau riche kind of deadhead guys that went to the Sphere. I want to see them all at Golden Gate Park. Tony, go ahead.
No, dude, I hope they're there as well. But I'm just saying with Los D is like a Swiss Army knife because he can do so many different loans and he can also do in-state and out-of-state. He's like the Swiss Army knife for flex funding. And that's one of the reasons why we love him is that he is flexible. He's a great dude and he can take any situation and try and make it work for you. And if it doesn't work, he's going to tell you that. He's not going to try and steer you in the wrong direction. We trust Los, and you should too. And I just feel like he's a Swiss Army knife that if you have any situation and you don't think there's an answer or there's a light at the end of the tunnel or a way to get things done, go to Los and he can present options for you. Seriously, 925-250-4894 or email carlos@myflexnow.com. But once again, 925-250-4894. Carlos De La Fuente at Flex Funding, our guy.
He is our guy. Thank you, Los D. We love the partnership and we love you, brother. Onward and upward we go. You're very welcome. Thank you, man, for sponsoring the show. Sorry, Tony. I got a bunch of stuff in my throat today. Hey, do me a favor. I think we got to check a few boxes off on the brackets, man. Because let's dive into this. Because if the NBA finals end tonight, I don't want our brackets to just be hanging in limbo. We've been kind of hit or miss with this thing. Yeah, there it is. The bummer bracket. I think we should do as much as we can on the back stretch of the show just to check all the boxes. So I don't even remember where we left off, Tony. You bring it to me. Show me what's happening.
I'm going to present the class with our actual bracket and show you where we left off. And we can fly through this, Paulie. Right now, we're going over to the Indiana bracket because the Oklahoma bracket is down to the final 4 of that bracket. We have, the final 8 of that bracket. So let's go to the final 8 of the Indiana bracket. We have to get to inventions versus famous people in Indiana. Okay, so real quick, out of the box, Coca-Cola bottle was invented in Indiana, where you get the old-fashioned Coke or the Mexican Coke now, which has real cane sugar. By the way,
you can get one of those at Longbridge Pizza. I had one with my chicken parm sandwich last week. Tony, go ahead.
I just got Megan. My wife just sent me pictures of the boys at Longbridge. I'll present them at the end of the show. And I promise you, they're whacking down some Mexican Cokes.
You want to whack down a Mexican Coke. I love those things. Anyway, go ahead, T.
But also Wonder Bread was invented in Indiana. So Coca-Cola bottle or Wonder Bread. They're facing off right now, Paulie. Go.
This might surprise some people. I'm actually going to take Wonder Bread, and I'll tell you why. Now that we are all like seemingly on the cusp of some kind of nuclear war, like there could be like nukes getting dropped. Anything could happen right now. Could happen within 5 minutes. It could be a nuclear bomb hitting somewhere in the world, if not the United States. So that being considered, I actually think, considering how many preservatives and unpronounceable chemicals are in Wonder Bread, I think when the bomb hits, and we're all running around. It's going to be me, you, Keith Richards, a bunch of cockroaches. We're going to be scrounging around for food. The nuclear bombs are going to melt the Coke bottles. Those things are going to get instantly liquefied. However, I think Wonder Bread could survive the nuclear assault that's impending. You know what I mean? So when the nuclear war hits and we're starving to death, dude, I think Wonder Bread might be the last thing surviving to sustain all of us. So, Tony, based on my survival and based on the human race's survival, I'm going to choose Wonder Bread in this time of impending war. That's just me. Tony, your thoughts?
I'm going to absolutely go Wonder Bread because think about how many breads Wonder Bread inspired. That's all I'm going to say. because you could look at Wonder Bread and you could be, it's like the Bill Walsh of breads.
Okay.
And you can do like the Bill Walsh coaching tree. You can do like the Wonder Bread bread tree.
Okay, I like this.
Breads are like linked and inspired from Wonder Bread. And it's just, if you want to talk about American, like I just feel like America is Wonder Bread. I don't know. That's just
and there is something pretty badass about a PB&J on Wonder Bread with a glass of milk. I got to be honest with you. That's just a hell of a, that's about as American as it gets. I want a peanut butter and jelly, put it on Wonder Bread, pour me a glass of milk, and let's talk about America. You know what I mean? That's like the USA to me. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, moving on. Wonder Bread advances. Rear view mirror versus the transistor radio, both invented in Indiana. The rear view mirror and transistor radio. Again, Paulie, I think you could go like apocalypse again in this example and say the transistor radio is the only thing that's going to get you through times of trouble. When everything else goes to bleep, the transistor radio is how you can still get communications and updates and be able to maybe communicate with other people that might be in a bunker down the street from you.
I know. I love our nuclear war scenarios today. Hey, I'm just telling you what's going on. I read the papers like anybody. Hey, all right, Tony, here's the situation. Rear view mirror, aside from the great Pearl Jam track with the huge jam in the middle, I don't have much use. I got to be honest. A rear view mirror to me tells me, there's a cop behind me. You know what I mean? Hide the blank. Hide the blank. There's a cop behind us. You know what I mean? Whatever the blank might be, you can fill in the blank. So I'm going to say transistor radio because I can listen to Giant games. I can listen to 49er games. Hell, I might go over to KFRC for some Earth, Wind, and Fire right into the new Aerosmith song. That's the way they were doing it like in 1978. So I'm going to go transistor radio for all those reasons.
Yeah. I'll go transistor radio for all those reasons, and also because there's still one in my parents' shower. Yeah. My dad has the transistor radio still in the bathroom, so it's just like fun. That transistor radio advances for me too. And I'll never forget Bob Agnew, our old boss at KBR, always said, "Don't forget the power of AM radio, because when everything goes to hell in a handbasket, AM radio is the only thing that's going to survive." So I said, okay.
He's right. No, he is right about that, though. That'll be like the last thing we all have kind of holding us together. That's after the nuclear war, Tony. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, that's after Mad Max is driving around like with skulls on the roof, on the hood of his car. Be like, God, just killed another one. Throw a skull up there. You know what I mean? Mount this skull for me. And now next up, we're gonna go find Paulie Mack. He's around here somewhere. Anyway, go ahead, T.
Dude, by the way, I'm getting reports from people down at Long Beach Pizza. They're downstairs eating, saying the food is delicious. It's tip top right now. So great job by Neil Donardi.
Tip top, you don't stop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, moving on. Now, famous people from Indiana. This is for me, it's a no-brainer. And I think for you, it's a no-brainer. But Diamond David Lee Roth versus Michael Jackson.
Well, I'm going David Lee Roth 10 times out of 10. I'm sorry. Can Michael Jackson jump off a wall of amplifiers and do a split and then jump into the opening lines of Unchained? I don't think so. I know he can moonwalk and stuff, but Dave can do a lot of other things. Like Dave delivers you the what I think might be the greatest video sequence in the history of MTV. That's the beginning of the Yankee Rose video when they're in the convenience store. And the lady comes up and says, "My doctor says I have to take a laxative." And she starts knocking everything off the shelves. And then the guy behind the counter, "Not in my store, you don't." I mean, the whole thing, dude, it's a 10. It's a freaking 10. Now, with respect to Thriller, with respect to Beat It and all that, I think I'm getting more bang from my Paulie Mack buck with Uncle Diamond David Lee Roth. You know what I mean? I got to go with Dave. He's been my guiding light for a long time, and that's not about to change. That's all.
Also, David Lee Roth behind the brains behind the best music video maybe ever created in Hot for Teacher. So David Lee Roth, and for the entertainment factor alone, no disrespect to Michael Jackson and the catalog and the legacy of Michael Jackson, but let's not pretend that there aren't some ripples or some wrinkles in that legacy of Michael Jackson. So there's no wrinkles, there's no ripples in the legacy of Diamond David Lee Roth. It's all roses for Diamond Dave. So Diamond Dave moves on. Okay.
Well said. Not to mention the fact that when he did his first solo album, Eat 'Em and Smile, with Yankee Rose and Tobacco Road, Diamond Dave was so cool. He goes, "You know what we need to do? We need to record this again, but I'm going to sing everything in Spanish." By the way, I have the Spanish version of the Eat 'Em and Smile album. He re-recorded the entire record in Spanish. I never saw Michael Jackson do that, so I'm just saying. Anyway, Tony, go ahead.
Dude, by the way, Steve Grocho says Michael Jackson's version of Yankee Rose was subpar.
I'm talking talking about the bright lights, city lights. I can't even imagine it. Yeah, it'd be too weird.
But also,
Yeah.
dude, one of our favorites, Ray, says Diamond David Lee Roth would beat the living piss out of Michael Jackson.
Well, it'd be one roundhouse kick, and that'd be the end of it. I mean, that'd be the end of Mike. He'd be crying, he'd be in tears. You know what I mean?
Here comes might be the toughest matchup that we've seen so far, Paulie.
Okay,
David Letterman versus Florence Henderson, Paulie. David Letterman, I mean, like both the contributions these two have made to just pop culture and our just upbringings.
Yeah.
I got to go Florence Henderson personally, just because of what she did for me and the Mrs. Brady, and I'm like, that's how you do it. That's a mom right there. And then I feel like Florence Henderson might be the first ever original MILF. If you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I do. She's like ground zero for like the hot mom kind of movement that's taken over America. But I got to tell you, I think that as much as I love Florence Henderson and her role as Carol Brady, and you ain't wrong about anything you said. You're not wrong about any of it, dude. She's bringing some heat to the equation. You know what I mean? She was coming with the skillet. But I got to say, David Letterman was like one of my comedy heroes. Like he really was. Like growing up, he really shaped like a lot of things that I try to do on this show and on the Murph and Mac show for all those years. Like his timing, his sarcasm, like he was just such a smart guy and so quick. You do not want to get into a battle of wits with David Letterman, dude, because he slice and dice your ass up very quickly. And he just brought so many great moments over the years, whether it was all those great hits he had with Madonna or all the back and forth with Paul Letterman or Paul Schaefer. I got to go Dave Letterman. That's just me, though. He's a big influence on comedy for me. So seeing as how he was one of my guiding lines, I got to go Dave. No disrespect.
Well, and also, I think like what we're doing today in the form of entertainment that we're involved in our lives, I think David Letterman is the major reason why we do it. So
I agree.
And also Ray had a great point that there would be no Tony's top 3 without David Letterman's top 10. So
and the people are speaking too. They're like, here comes Miguel Salas, David Letterman. I saw a few other votes. The Nutter, this is a tough one, but I got to go with Letterman. Don Peralta, Letterman. So I think Dave is. The people are speaking. Tony, they're speaking loudly. Yeah,
I gotta give Noemi and Corinne did voice their votes for Florence Henderson, and I'm with you on that. But I think that it's a very tight one. This is a very tight one, but I gotta go. I think we got to go Diamond Dave. Give Diamond Dave, or not Diamond Dave, David Letterman the nod here. So now, okay, we're down to the semifinals, Paulie. We're down to the Elite 8, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So now we're back over to Oklahoma. Okay, now we're back in the state of Oklahoma. We're going inventions versus famous people. Okay, this is the Elite 8. Okay. Here we go, Paulie.
Okay, man.
We're gonna go, or no, this is the Sweet 16. I apologize. This is Rumblefish versus Rain Man. Rumblefish versus Rain Man. I feel like this is
I know, but it's where I'm gonna upset the balance of the whole community. I'm actually going Rumblefish on this one. I know. But again, it's the ensemble cast, dude. It's Mickey Rourke, Matt Dillon, Nicolas Cage, Dennis Hopper, drunk on the bed behind Matt Dillon and Mickey Rourke. He's just sitting there. He's got a bottle of booze. He's and Diane Lane in black and white, no less. I mean, I got Diane Lane. Listen, and I got Stuart Copeland doing the soundtrack, brother. I love Rain Man, but Rumblefish just brings too many different variables that are important to me. So I'm going Fish. I'm just surprising the masses on this one. I'm going Rumblefish. I'm sorry.
Paulie, you're not wrong often, but when you're wrong, I have to let you know that you're wrong. And so I think that you're wrong here. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, this is actually kind of an interesting look. Look at this. I got Rumblefish all day. Losty coming in with Rain Man. Listen, this is going to be. I got John Joseph saying Rumble. So
wow.
I don't know.
Paulie, they'll do this again. The next comment that comes on Aaron Kask is the most recent comment. The next comment that says Rumblefish or Rain Man wins. Fair?
All right, I'm waiting, and I'm watching. Fair? Rumblefish, John Joseph, bam, advance Rumblefish.
Okay, that's
advance
fair.
it. That's advance
fair.
it.
Damn it.
Yeah. And by the way, here's another thing about Rumblefish. The great soundtrack I mentioned with Stuart Copeland. They made that killer single with Stan Ridgway from Wall of Voodoo, Mexican radio himself. He's on vocals for Don't Box Me In. That's a great track. I'm telling you. Don't box me in. Ba, 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 ba. I'm telling you, check it out, dude.
That movie Rayman and the performances by Cruz and Hoffman.
I know. No doubt. I love Rain Man too, dude. I'm an excellent driver. I know. I'm an excellent driver, but I love freaking Rumblefish, dude. It's underrated. It's Francis Ford Coppola. Come on, man. Come on.
Respect. Biscuits, sausage, and gravy. This is inventions of Indiana. We went movies from Indiana. Now this is food that were created in Indiana. Biscuits, sausage, and gravy versus Frito pie. I know my vote. I'm going Frito pie all day because it is a very unique, creative invention where you got Fritos on the top of the pie for the crunch that makes a savory crunch on the top of this pie. That's my vote. Paulie, go.
Okay. I'm going to go, it's Frito. I'm going biscuits, sausage, and gravy. Great hangover cure, but I'm not going to die on this hill. Whatever you guys want to do. By the way, I just looked over at the comments line, random, out of nowhere, Anthony Merkovich. Seatbelts were invented in Indiana. That's what it says. I don't know, just out of nowhere. Okay, I'm going sausage and gravy with the biscuits. Rags is with me on this one, but Noemi's got your back. She's going to give me the Frito pie. John Joseph, sausage and gravy.
Let's do it again, Paulie. So the next comment, Los D is the current comment right there. Oh, Miguel Solis, dude, with Frito pie. I think Frito pie's got him advanced, buddy.
Nothing wrong with Frito pie. It's a great choice, but anything with Fritos involved, you're doing all right. Advanced Fritos.
And Rag says the taste of the biscuit, dude. Oh man, remember the video we watched?
You're leaving your biscuit lady in the dust now. She could have celebrated with you, but you had to go. So you had to go Frito pie. I'm not. Again, I don't feel like I want to die for this one because I'm happy with either choice. So I'm going to let you guys make the final decision. But look at the comment line; it's kind of split down the middle.
It is. Now, Paulie, we're moving down to inventions versus famous people. The steel electric guitar versus voicemail. Oh no, we did this. We did this one.
We did that yesterday. Yeah.
The steel electric guitar advanced, right? We just got to put that. We got to make that official. And then also Chuck Norris advanced. No, did we do? Yeah, he did advance. You're right. Chuck Norris advanced. He beat. What did he get? 3, correct? So we have a very interesting matchup now, buddy. Now we're down to the final four. Or the final. Yeah, we're down to the finals in Oklahoma. Now let's go over to Indiana. Okay. We have movies versus food in Indiana. Hoosiers versus natural born killers. This is.
Who do you want me to go first?
I feel like we did this too. Buddy. We did this too.
I know.
We did. We didn't. Okay. I just didn't update the bracket. NBK won.
It did. And it won big, actually. Yeah.
Well, let's not go big. Let's not disrespect Hoosiers that much.
I think we're at Indiana movies. Am I wrong? I feel like we never finished the Indiana movies.
And then Jiffy Popcorn was the winner of between that and the Indiana sweet corn. And then now we got to go down here to Wonder Bread versus Transistor Radio. And David Lee Roth versus David Letterman. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, Battle of the Daves. That's a tough one. Yeah.
All right, Paulie, go. So Wonder Bread versus Transistor Radio.
Both are going to be essential for our survival after the nuclear war. But again,
hello, Paulie?
I think, I'm right here, brother. You got me?
Good. Yeah. You were gone for a sec. Go. Come on.
I'm going Transistor Radio just for survival's sake, just for the sake of communication after the bombs go off. And I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just trying to riff. If we're all gonna like peril in a nuclear war, we might as well go out riffing. You know what I mean, Tony?
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Oh, you're killing me today, Pete. David Lee Roth versus David Letterman. Damn.
I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it 100. I gotta handle my business, and I gotta go Roth. I'm going Roth.
Yep.
Sue me.
Yep. I'm with you.
Know what I mean? Yeah.
Roth all damn day. Roth all damn day. So let's advance. Let's advance Roth.
By the way, there's a shot that David Lee Roth has a shot to win this whole damn thing all of a sudden.
Yep. Let's go. And you know what? I wouldn't be sad about that. So now
let's celebrate.
Now representing Indiana in the Final Four will be Transistor Radio versus David Lee Roth. Okay.
Okay.
And then let's go over here to the Oklahoma finals. We've got the steel electric guitar versus Chuck Norris.
That's a good one. Yes.
Rumblefish versus Frito pie.
I got leave these in place for tomorrow. We can finish this up tomorrow for Friday High Noon Show. And I got to tell you, I'm really surprised Frito Pie has made it this far, dude.
Come on,
Frito Pie's having like a Davidson style run, like when Steph Curry got hot back in the day before he came to. I didn't see Frito Pie doing this kind of damage. Did you?
Well, kind of, because I love Fritos. They're a great scooping snack, by the way.
Mechanism.
You know, like
right.
mechanism.
Right. Yeah. By the way, I just thought of something. When you're talking about the greatness of a scoop that the Frito chip provides, could somebody out there, maybe Noemi, I don't want to like give anybody any wrong ideas, but after all, now that they've legalized cannabis in California, can somebody come up with like a great spinach dip, but have it be infused with a little ganj? Is that possible? Give me like an infused spinach dip that we can stick our Fritos in there. I'm just throwing that out there for food for thought. No pun intended.
I love it, dude. So we'll continue. We'll finish the bracket tomorrow, but just so you know, it is the Steel Electric Guitar versus Chuck Norris, and it is Rumblefish versus Frito Pie in the Oklahoma bracket, and then it is Natural Born Killers versus Jiffy Pop Popcorn, and Transistor Radio versus Diamond David Lee Roth. That's what we have left.
There's a lot of great ones. John Joseph suggesting that when Chuck Norris just makes eye contact with the steel guitar, it'll start playing itself, which is a pretty good call. I like that, John Joseph. I like where your head's at, brother. All right. Hey, listen, I want to get Tony to the game, so we're going to cut you loose. And I want to say this. I want to say thank you to Longbridge Pizza for everything, but for housing Tony today and opening the doors, having this Little League team in there. We freaking love you, Longbridge. Hey, Olivia, how you doing, kid? How are you, Olivia, if you're watching on the big screen? Hi, Dom. Hi, Little League kids. You guys have fun. Be good to your coach. Tony's a good guy. Do what he says today. All right, do what he says. No running around inside the yard. And make sure Logan Webb gets that win. Also, thank you, Carlos, Los D at Flex Funding. We freaking love you, Carlos. And I appreciate our talk yesterday. I appreciate everything you've done for the show. Flex Funding, Carlos De La Fuente, 925-250-4894. Or if you're inspired to just shoot him an email, please do that. Carlos at myflexnow.com. Private money loans, mortgage broker. He does it all. So you have a conversation with Carlos. Let him help you with your finances, get you into a better reality, financially speaking. And then lastly, Dr. Matt Young. We freaking love this guy too, man. He's our newest sponsor. I love him dearly as a friend and professionally for what he does. He's been my dentist for over a decade. I promise you're in great hands with Dr. Matt Young. Give him a call as well, 415-392-8611, or you can email him, info@youngdentalsf.com. And it starts with Dr. Matt Young, but it goes all the way down. The whole staff is great. They're in Union Square in the city, a great section of the city to spend an afternoon in and get your teeth taken care of and cleaned up in Dr. Matt Young's office. Tony, final thoughts from you, and go have a great day at the yard and give me that Logan Webb win today, but I'll let you close the show, buddy.
Dude, just thank you to all those people. And here's a picture of some of the kids downstairs at Longbridge Pizza right there. That is, look at those happy faces on those girls. Aren't they so stoked to be there? Isn't that the best? Oh, man, that is hilarious. And then I want to give just this picture, too, of the team at Longbridge Pizza downstairs. They're getting ready to go represent San Carlos Little League, and they're going to bring home a win today. Logan Webb on the bump. Giants, we need it. How about you have a couple clutch hits with runners in scoring position? There you go. There's the squad. So go San Carlos Little League. Longbridge, thanks for having us. Hey. And Paulie, again, thank you to Carlos De La Fuente and Flex Funding. Thank you to Dr. Matt Young. And thank you, PMP Army. Love all of you. Can't do this without all of you. So thank you.
Thank you guys very, very much. Tony, enjoy your afternoon. Hey, kids, you guys are all looking great. Enjoy yourself, St. Carlos Little League. Have fun at the yard. Creative Tony, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to go pick up our Metallica tickets right now. So tomorrow we will shape up the plan. I'll know where we're going to be, which parking lot we're going to be in, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see you tomorrow at high noon. Have a great Thursday. Go Pacers. I want a game 7, by the way.
Yes,
I want a game
Pacers.
7.
Yes.
Yep. And then tomorrow, yes.
I didn't dismiss the class, though, yet. So let me know when I can dismiss the class.
Right now. Go for it, man.
Class dismissed.
There we go. And you can talk over this now, Paulie. I fixed it.
Oh, sweet. Okay, thanks, T. And well, then I have one last request. If I can talk over this, and this will be the final thought of the show. Could I get Al Pacino as Tony Montana in here to give us his final thought for the day? And then I'm out. No more words. I'm out after Tony Montana.
So say goodnight to the bad guy.
There we go. Say goodnight to the bad guy. Say goodnight to the bad guy, Paulie. We'll see you tomorrow, high noon, everybody, after hopefully a Giants win and hopefully after a Pacers win. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Enjoy.